It's sort of like the othering of people, so or making monstrous. The idea if we make you a monster, if we make you a savage, then you are somehow less human. I'm Jennifer Fawcett, and I wrote The Invaders.
And I'm Jennifer Adams, and co-associate artistic director of Alcyone Theater, and I'm directing The Invaders.
It's set in the city, and outside the city are these camps. And I was interested in the idea of populations moving, and there not being enough space for everybody. So the people who currently live in the city have kicked the previous inhabitants out and put them into these camps.
What you get?
Just this.
Pickles? You don't get pickles.
Oh, well then you go next time. There wasn't much today. I saw one of the cleaners eating something. They know we all try to eat it, and he saw me looking at him. He just kept eating.
I'm really fascinated by war, and I'm fascinated by more than that, the psychology of war. I'm curious about what is it in us, in humans, that allows us to treat other people this way, because we do. And this idea of the monster, or of the savage, is really fascinating, and this idea that we want to change you to be like us.
The way that I like to work on any show is I'm not really a fan of sitting around the table for a long period of time. So what in talking about it, what I like to do is get it up on its feet and talk about it as we go. So what I typically like to do in the rehearsal is, like right when we come in the room, just run it. And then spend some time, asking questions about, what is your character thinking in this moment? What is your character trying to get in this moment? Let's talk a lot about the psychology behind your choices, and let's examine what are the different choices that you could make in this situation, and how you sort of attack that. Looking at it, I like the idea that that Jen wrote a play where you don't really have an indicator as to who the other is, who's a savage and who is a city dweller, and they don't speak the same language, but if you were just looking at them, you really should not be able to tell who is from which group.
Hey, you can't live here! See?
She doesn't understand that she's just going to go somewhere else and it's going to happen again.
We could just kill her.
No. That's what they expect us to do. Let me talk to her. She understands me.
I hate hearing you talk their language. Ugly sounds. It hurts my head.
We know hurt. You leave. This is my home.
And so there's over the course of the play, you learn about the struggle of the people in the camps there, and the threat that they pose to the people in the city. And there's an actress and an actor, and she starts working in this place called the Savages Pavilion. It's kind of like Walt Disney World. And how would you describe it?
Well, it's like, I always think of Disney World with like the Natural History Museum.
Yeah.
Because the exhibits are real people that are dressed up and acting like different civilizations, savages, yeah, right, savages, exactly.
Little baby, you bet your life that I walk with you.